Why do women feel used after sex? This is an interesting concept. Probably you've heard of it before. It's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon complaint from women. They often feel used after having sex. There's a few different reasons for this. I'd say 3 different reasons. The first reason is women do like intimacy. They do like cuddling. They do like hugging and kissing and being close and sharing that bond. Women are fond of that. And I would say that you don't even really have to be in a relationship scenario in order to do that. I think women are open to cuddling and kissing and spooning with or without a relationship. Because, women are just kind of like that. Not all women. You may have met some who aren't. But they like being intimate and they like being close. So when a guy just smashes and dashes, hits it and quits it, and he's out, there's no intimacy in that. It's just a sex act, and that's it. So women often complain about things like that, and then they also complain about like no foreplay, no emotional, emotion spike, no, they like, anticipation and teasing and make me work for it, right? Women are all about these kind of games. Guys, we just want to get in and get out. We just want to hit it and run, right? We just want to get the sex and we don't want to work for it, because when we do get attached emotionally to a woman, we want that woman to be our, one and only. We don't want to get emotion. See, the irony between, I wouldn't say the irony, that's probably not the right word. We can say irony. The ironic difference between men and women is that women treat emotional relationships like men treat sexual relationships. Isn't that funny? But it's true. Women jump from guy to guy on an emotional basis, an emotional standpoint. Men jump from girl to girl on a sexual basis, sexual standpoint. So a man can easily jump from sex to sex to sex. A woman can easily jump from emotion, right? Of course, I would say it's not as quick when women do it. A woman will date a guy for a year here, guy for a year there, guy for a year there. And what happens is, she gets that emotional investment. After a little bit of time, she loses the attraction, she loses that emotional investment, and then she moves on. And it's like, it's a weird thing, but that's what I see, right? This is why women jump from relationship to relationship, because they initially have that emotional spike, emotional attraction, the emotional bond, have a lot of sex, whatever, and then they slowly lose the emotional bond. And after time, they just fall out of that emotional bond, and then but then they jump to the next guy and they have emotional bond. See, but men are the opposite. We don't want to get into emotional relationships. This is why we hit it and quit it, right? Because if we get into an emotional relationship, we're just not wired the same, right? When men get into emotional relationships, that's like ironclad, because we don't go into our emotions that much. We're not that emotional. Some guys are more emotional than others. I'm a pretty emotional guy. I've learned to sort of rationalize through it. I've learned to sort of, think logically through it. I've learned to be more of a man. My mom was predominantly the figure in my life who raised me. Of course, my mom is a little bit different than a lot of other women. So I'm kind of a single mom guy, but also, again, my mom is different. So it's a little bit of a different scenario. But because of that, I'm a little bit of a more of an emotional guy, right? But I've learned to be more objective. I've learned to be more objective, less subjective and more objective as a man, because this is what men do. We rationalize, we think things through, we look at things objectively, right? But again, most men are not that emotional. So once a guy does get into his emotions, oh boy, and I've had lots of friends who've, once they get into their emotions, they're all kinds of messed up, right? If you ever, and women know this. Women know that's how they get a man off his kilter, is getting him into his emotions and stirring him up and causing him to chase. And this is why women like that whole game. It's a game to them, right? The whole sex thing is a game to them. The whole dating, that's what they call the dating game. It's a game to them. They know what men want. They know men want sex, which is why they don't give it up easily. They're trying to see what they can get from it. Right? Which leads me to my second thing, why women feel used after sex. The second thing is this: the man isn't investing anything, right? He's not investing anything if he just hits it and quits it. So when that happens to a girl, she feels used because he's not investing anything in her. So she feels like I'm chopped liver, I'm nothing. Like, why is this guy fucking me and leaving? He's not dating me. He's not, taking me out. He's not spending time with me. He's not investing anything into me. So therefore I feel cheated, right? Now, this is a hard one because this is where the female sort of hypergamy kicks in. This is where the female, where women want to exchange, there's something in a female that wants to exchange her sex and her intimacy for a man's resources, for a man's time. And the resources can be time. The resources can be, experiences, right? This is all sort of loosely, translated to resources, because everything is, time is money, right? So everything a man does in his time and with him, with his experiences, etc., can really be considered and translated into resources. It really can, because if a man is taking her on dates or he's spending time with her, he could be making money during that time. And also if he's going on dates, then he's spending money on those dates. So, and then also, again, you have to look at time. Time is money, so you have to look at time in a different aspect, because we're all getting older, we're all deteriorating, right? So the more time you spend with somebody, the less time you could be with somebody that you really want to be, or something like that, right? So again, she feels if he doesn't spend that much time with her, she feels like she's being shorted. She feels like, he's all take and all give. The irony is women want those kind of guys for a long time until they're done with the cock carousel or whatever. So, right. So at first it's, this he's high value, I want to chase him because, he's not easy to get. But then after, the whole sex thing, then it's, after that point, after sex is had, then, she's trying to catch him. A lot of these women out here are trying to catch men with sex. So, on the one hand, it's like she wants that guy who doesn't want to spend time with her, who doesn't want to, take her out and do all the things the nice guys are trying to do, because they're trying to earn their way into some pussy. He's just going to be like, give me the pussy or I'm going to hit the road. Right? So that's to her, that's a high value guy, because this guy he's not like the nice guys. He's not trying to buy me flowers and take me on dates, take me, to dinner. And by the way, never do that. Never take a woman to dinner. Never take her on dates. Never buy her flowers. Make her earn that shit. Right? You make her earn it. You're not trying to earn her. This is where guys get the game backwards. This is where guys get it fucked up. And this is why gynocentrism is so strong and heavy in society today. Because everybody's trying to buy their way into pussy, right? Well, that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is, you make her earn you. And, she does that through sex. And this is what women are trying to do. This is what women want to do, is they want to catch a man through sex. This is why sex is not easily gotten, because women are bartering with sex, right? So she wants, you to work for her. She wants you to spend time with her. She wants an exchange of something for her goods, right? And usually when women get into relationships or long-term relationships, marriages, etc., this is their long game. Hey, I'm giving you pussy. I'm giving you intimacy every day. You give me room and board. You pay for my rent. You help raise my kids. You pay for my kids. You bring your resources to the table. This is, unfortunately, I don't agree with that. But it's nature, and it's the way things are, for the most part. Again, there's always exceptions. I talk about this a million times in every one of my videos. So, but that's the second thing. The second thing is she wants something for her, what she's giving out. And what she wants is your time, which again is sort of a resource thing. Now, many women will say, but I want a relationship. I want a meaningful relationship. I want something like, okay, yeah, I would agree with that sometimes. But that's not always what it is. Okay, so the third thing, and when I say that's not always what it is you gotta really look into it. You gotta really have experience with it to really understand that it's not just that, right? So the second and third thing are pretty close together. The third thing is let me think. What I almost forgot it. The third thing is the reason why she feels used on the third thing is because she herself is not she's trying to use the guy, okay, which is the irony. So a lot of times what happens is the woman is trying to play this game with sex. She's trying to barter with sex, and she's trying to play this quote unquote love game, whatever, right? But it's a sex game, really. So, but here's the thing, and women often fail in this aspect, which is what I've noticed. They, again, like I said in the second thing, they try to use sex to get something, resources and time, or whatever, right? Intimacy, whatever. They're trying to barter with sex. But she's actually trying to use you. That's what's funny about it. That's the third thing. That's the ironic thing about it. Women are actually trying to use you. And they're not necessarily trying to use you for sex, although they are and they do use you for sex. But they're just trying to use you. Just you. They want your essence. They want your masculinity. They want your confidence. They want your ambition. These are things that are attractive to a woman. And jaded, toxic, sick women don't really know how to love. And because they don't know how to love, and because they're damaged and they're sick, they don't really support a man. Okay, so they might be attracted to those aspects in a guy, but because they don't know how to support a man, because they're like succubuses, and they take up your time, and they're like black holes, oftentimes you'll lose those characteristics. Oftentimes those quality things that you have, your ambition, your strength, your masculinity, your high ambition, right? You'll lose those things spending more time with her. And this is what women don't understand, is what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to build those things up in you. They're supposed to support those things in you. But what they actually do is they sort of try to absorb those things. They try to leech off of your energy. And I've talked about this before, where I say that women are trying to often live vicariously through the man. And we could even break it down simpler than that. We could even say what women are actually trying to do is they're trying to get you to give them a lifestyle. Okay? They're trying to, use you for your lifestyle, for the lifestyle that you provide for them, the lifestyle that you bring into their life, right? This is why women are so attracted to certain types of guys, to certain styles of guys. It's not necessarily that guy that they're attracted to. It's the lifestyle that guy leads, right? Whether he's a goth guy, a gothic guy, depressed, wearing all black, or whether he's a thug dude, he's a homie guy, he listens to gangster rap and walks around like he's black or whatever, right? Or he might even be black, I don't know, or not to say that race, that's a whole different ballgame. Race and color and all that, that's a whole different, that does play into this. They do choose guys for their race, and, they might be into Asian guys, they might be into, English, British guys. I've seen it all, heard it all, but it's the lifestyle, okay? So again, whether you're a goth guy, whether you're a homie dude, whether you're a jock guy, whether you're clean cut, whether you're a really nice dressed guy, whether you're a rugged dude with a beard who likes to go camping, these styles of guys that these girls like, right? And it's kind of the flavor of the month, really. Like whatever she's into at that time in her life, she's into at that time in her life, and that's the kind of guy she's going to go after. And it switches. She might be into sports guys when she's in her early 20s. When she's 25, she might be into nerdy guys. It's just all whatever flavor of the month she's trying, whatever whatever style of guy she wants is the kind of guy that she's gonna go after. Okay. So why do I say that? It's because they're living vicariously through the guy's lifestyle. So they're trying to use you. So when you don't stick around, when you hit it and quit it, she can't use you. And so she's like, damn, I gave this guy my sex. It was good sex. And this is why a lot of time it backfires, because women really don't have much self-control when it comes to sex. They will have sex on the first date. They will have sex every time you hang out, even though they don't want to sometimes. Like, oh, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to. But they will, because they like sex, it's just as much, if not more, than men. It's just that, again, men are not trying to lure women into relationships with sex. We're just not. Sex is the goal. It's not the lure. But with women, sex is the lure, and the relationship is the goal, and the lifestyle is the goal, and the resources are the goal. Right? So the more that, or the quicker I should say, that you are out of there after sex, the less attention you pay to her after you get sex, then the cheaper she feels, because she's like, damn, I thought I could get something out of this, but I'm actually not getting something. So she's trying to use you, and that's why she feels used. That's why she feels bad, because she's trying to use you. So that's why she feels bad after you hit it and quit it, because it didn't work. Her plan didn't work. Right? Gosh, I was trying to get this guy. I was trying to trap this guy with my sex, and it just didn't work. And the irony is, if they just developed a personality, and I've actually one of the hardest girls that I ever fell for, or one of the girls that I fell for the hardest, was a girl who actually had a really good personality. She was actually smart. She was actually interesting. She was funny, and we had good chemistry. And that's why I fell for her the hardest. Because a lot of the other girls, they just had nothing going on the inside. Yeah, the sex was good. They had nice ass, big juicy titties, whatever. But no personality, right? No, nothing going on upstairs, right? So that matters. And the irony is this: women, if you would just have a personality, if you would just develop something, right? You could keep a guy. You could entertain a guy. It's like, not just entertain a guy, but you could, entertain in the sense like you could keep him around. He'd be interested in you if you had a decent personality, if you were fun. But it's deeper than that. A real relationship is chemistry, and it's a bond, time shared over experiences and bonding moments and things like that. But it's a lot more than that. Even it's loyalty, it's sacrifice, it's helping the other person, and to some extent there's suffering involved, which is why so many relationships don't work out, because people aren't prepared for the road bumps and the pitfalls of relationships. Anyway, so to just sum it up, or I don't know, sum it up, but to finish up, I should say, this is what it is, man. She feels used. She wants that intimacy, that physical closeness. Okay, if that doesn't work, then she feels used. She also wants to get something for her time. She wants to get resources or get your experiences, whatever. She wants to get something for her time. She's bartering. She wants that exchange. And the last thing is, she's trying to use you. She's trying to use you for, whatever she can get out of you. Long-term relationship, resources, or those things that I said, those things that I mentioned, those inward characteristics that men have. The lifestyle. She wants the lifestyle, and she wants to be part of your life. She wants to be number one in your life if you're the right guy, if you have the highest value, right? If not, then she'll just discard you. She'll just throw you out. Oh, you know what? I tried Jeffrey over here out. It didn't work. Oh, I tried Timmy and it didn't work. He's just boring. He doesn't do anything. I don't like what he does. I don't like this about him. I don't like that about him. But meanwhile, she's trying you out, and she's giving you sex, and, you basically get a trial run. It's kind of what it is with a lot of girls is, you get a trial run. Most girls, if you're going to get into a relationship, she gives you sex, you kiss around, you spend some time together. Of course, that's if there's attraction, and then if she has an emotional spark, emotional investment, then that's what happens. She gives you sex, and don't think just because she's fucking you, or don't think just because she's kissing you, sucking your dick, and all this stuff, that she's in love with you. Don't think that necessarily. It's what it really is it's a trial run. She's giving you a trial run. And she might love you, sort of. She might be in love with you or infatuated with you, sort of. But it's a trial run, okay? Nothing more than a trial run until, 5 years down the road. And if you guys are still going strong, okay, that's more than a trial run. That's a real story there. So that is what it is, man. Those are the 3 reasons why girls feel used after sex. Again, there's not that emotional bond. There's not that emotional connection, or that physical connection, I should say, the cuddling. She wants something in exchange. She wants your time and your resources. The third thing is she's trying to use you. She's trying to use you for your lifestyle. She's trying to use you for your character. All those things. That's why she feels used, right? And again, if women would just be open in a real way to a quality relationship, or, be open to, opening themselves up, the irony is women themselves will sort of, this is their plan. This is often the female mating and dating strategy, is to, lure guys in, sucker them in with sex, and see what you can get from it. And if you hit it and quit it, if you're out and gone, before you can say go, then she's gonna feel used, man. She's gonna feel used. Anyway, it's been Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Appreciate you guys listening. Peace.